But you know who just came off of a super long break? You know what? Okay, he's saucing again. Elsom. Elsom is the one that came off that break. Elsom is changing up these colors, and I don't know if it's for the sake of Elsom or is this because we said that the first one wasn't hitting right.
I don't know. I'm kind of digging it. Either way, the result is the same, and it's a good choice. Now, coming into this one, the history between these two players is going to be different than what we've seen from any of the matches against Tiger or even the ones against like Asmodee, because these are two long-time Australian players. It's going to be 4-0 in all events, including official and community, and actually just including official. It is 4-0 in favor of Elsa.
Oh, my gosh. Well, you know, the gameplay we're seeing from Rigundus, I don't know if Elsom beat this same Rigundus. Rigundus is on fire right now. You see me? You see what I'm talking about? The signature count is high, landing a lot of those side signatures and getting the first stock in this set.
So one thing that Elsom might have here as the ability to get in, which is what we kind of saw Elsom struggle with against previous players, is the spear doesn't have the best like stacked hitbox option, defensive option, like a sword neutralite or even like a scythe neutralite. If we're talking about coming in with a dare or anything like that, once you kind of get in on a spear player, they don't really have that stacked option. The side light, not really going to be your stacked option. Also, it's pretty slow. The in light is very quick, but it has that disjointed hitbox that's out in front of you rather than on top of you. So if Elsom can get in, he can do work.
Yeah, the dodge choices are going to have to be really, really, really good from Rygundus. Moving clean and nice setup to land the signature. Not enough to KO yet. Heading over, weaponless. Elsom going to get a nice punch punish on that signature gravity cancel from Rygundus. Moving around, trying to stay alive. Hey, you tried so hard with those signature reads to get this stock out of here, and now Rygundus is just eating damage.
We're seeing Elsom's sword really level up here. It seems like the finisher weapon is going to be that sword. You mentioned that previously. That seems to hold true continuing now, because there was a weapon spawn on the field for an extended period of time, and he chose to stick with the sword. He had complete control of that. Could have swapped onto the Katars if he wanted to. Now we see him doing that, of course, because it's damage build time.
Exactly. This is the damage racker. And I mean, in the set with Asmodee, we collected this information. But the problem was, as you just mentioned, he couldn't get in consistently, and when he did, it was maybe a two-touch and then a trade for a whole color change back onto you, right? So you weren't able to rack the damage up and then finish with the sword the way you want. Right now, it's looking really, really good. We're going to see. So now you're going to have a sword, right? No, goes back into the Katars, so already had it primed, but the spear from Rygundus is looking nice. Man, look, I was looking for the gravity cancel. The gravity cancel neutral sig and dunking Rygundus down, but doesn't go for it. Elsom, I mean, that was game.
I think Elsom wanted it too, but was too afraid to commit. Because you saw Elsom just kind of like floating around there, being like, okay, exactly where is he going to go? Because based on how low we are on the wall, I'm in the orange at this point. I could actually catch a stock loss here, and that would put me behind in the game. So I think the big play there, it might have ended up hitting, but I think Elsom was a little bit too cautious to do that and possibly take the stock loss going down in game one, giving some momentum to Rygundus.
Well, wise men learn from their mistakes, because honestly, Elsom was doing that, going for gusto plays on the side versus Asmodee. It wasn't working. You know, he said, you know what, I'm going to take that out of my kit, and I'm going to play nice, poised, almost get the KO off of that combination, but it's not enough. The Sayer, Rygundus chasing over the top. Elsom gets hit by the recovery, still not enough.
Oh, nothing there. We don't have a dash jump side air. Elsom, I don't know if that was a misinput or what that side light was. You saw it didn't have the range. It didn't have the elevation. And that is really tough if you're an Elsom fan out there.
Yeah, that's tough. That's sad. Tried to go over the top. Here you go. Now, the punish!
Oh, man, that hurts watching it the second time.
That was game!
Oh, I'm so glad they didn't slow that down. I don't know if I could handle it.
Yeah, I actually thought they were going to. I really thought they were going to slow that down. I thought we were going to get the slow motion,
the
no
slowest
punish.
side light of all time. Oh, that would have hurt. That would have hurt. I'm glad they didn't add insult to injury there.
Oh.
And game one went to Rygundus. Elsom opening this one up with the damage builders, with those Katars in hands. Okay. Continuing that pressure off the stage just a little bit. There is a weapon spawn on the field. Elsom not really looking for it too much. You saw that neutral sig come out. Now he's swapping over onto the sword. Still only has Rygunduz in the orange, so it's going to take quite a bit more if we're looking to get a stock.
You know, trying to get the first one out of there. Now you're giving Rygunduz a chance to start getting some damage back onto you. You had pure dominance to start off. It's still looking really, really good. Not going to lie. Rygunduz really can't get anything but like just little stray hits, and the sword ain't going to rack up like that if you're not really getting anything in succession. This is the weapon you want. This is the one that's been the star of the show.
Oh,
nice.
This could be good. Oh, didn't have quite enough damage to take off the top. Picking up a D-Light into the recovery on that soft platform, that is a Spear player's dream. You can find those KOs so much earlier than if you picked it up on a grounded opponent.
Man, the idea after landing that into the Sayer and then tossing it, nice. I like that. Rygunduz, man, those side signatures are really, really hidden. But back to it. That weapon throw over the side after landing that Sayer tried to cover that side so Elsom couldn't make it back on, but wasn't able to get the weapon throw far enough. That idea was genius. I want to see more of that.
Ooh, there's the side light. You know Elsom's looking for this KO. The weapon toss goes right over the corner. Unarmed side air, going to send Rygunduz flying. Weapon advantage in Elsom's favor. Nice neutral light right as Rygunduz peeked over the corner. Not sure if that was the full attempt to recover back to the main platform or if it was just a little peekaboo coming out there to try and get a lay of the land, see what Elsom was going to throw out. But Elsom did pick up the KO. Sword neutral light. Going to still have control of the weapons.
Still has control. Nice. Does a little bit of arm play and throws the spear away instantly. Elsom is going to be able to get some good damage here before this weapon's picked up. You have to deal with the Katars. Nice. It was a little stutter step in the movement, short hop, and then went over there and cleaned up and got the weapon. That was good. Great movement from Rygunduz. Now you're getting a little buck wild out here.
Yeah, that was definitely feeling himself on that one, feeling very confident, like he was going to catch Elsom in some sort of surprise situation. The build-up on that was a little bit too slow to really do that.
Yeah. Saw that one coming from a mile away. The recovery was that was a good punish on the neutral air.
Trying to babysit him back to the stage. Oh, just barely misses the D-Light. Oh, picks it up. Bounce pass to himself, hits the side air, scores the basket.
Okay. My man Spark talking about some hoops. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, that's me talking about hoops. And he scores the basket. That's about as deep as I can go, man.
I love it. But I don't love that, Rygunduz. All right, so the spear signatures, they're landing a lot. These sword ones are not the juice. I need to go ahead and pour that glass out and pour some new juice in there. We need some orange juice. We need some calcium.
We need to get the pulp out. That's the problem. Is the first round of juice had pulp in it. Disgusting. Ew, yuck. Everyone hates it. Now we need some juice sans pulp. That's what we need. Hopefully Rygunduz is sipping on that as we get into these final stocks for both of these players.
All right. Nice weapon throw down. Oh, he is in danger. This is really, really scary.
Oh, that was close.
That was really, really close. Oh, jumped right into the active frames of that Sayer, and you went
you just gave it to him. Elsom, you won the game, yes, but you cannot give him that. Oh my gosh, you almost just saved him.
That was crazy. I don't know what he's going to do when he got back up there, but I mean, that's still not what you want to do. That's a big mistake when you have the round in hand, right? Slides down there, and there it is.
Throw a weapon. If you need to commit to that, which you didn't, the dodge was already burned. We knew there was no way he was going to get back. Throw the weapon. That's the safest way you can 100% confirm that edge guard. That was. I mean, we already knew he was done, but still, just in case you wanted to throw something in there for good measure, go with the weapon toss.
Exactly. I love that dude that flies in. That's Vrax's cousin, bro. That's his boy. He's bringing in the ops, and Vrax is just like, man, what's going on, man? Why are you helping them out? Nice pogo, but just slightly able to touch the wall. You gotta be praying right now and thanking.
That was a really nice weapon toss that came out from Rygunduz. Didn't quite hit the mark. It was sent straight down. I'm not sure if the dodge from Elsom got him through it, or if the hitbox just didn't quite extend far right enough. But that was a wonderful weapon toss from Rygunduz, even though it didn't quite hit the mark. But one thing I'm worried about Zip is last game, Elsom did 662 damage. That is almost 221 damage average per stock. That's not great efficiency. And on a lower defense legend like the Hattori pick.
You know what? I like that it sounded like a big number, but you saying that it's not efficiency is, that's the truth. That it really should be KOs quicker than that. And I guess that's what gave Rygunduz a chance in that game. I mean, even though Rygunduz was still down bad, because Rygunduz only did 414 damage in that game, but still, you're giving opportunities when you're not getting those KOs quickly. Tries the Dunkaroonie. When you're the odd man out, you're the one down here in the setting. You're doing stuff like that. That'll work. I like those. Scared him into using the dodge.
Wow.
Oh my goodness. That was either big brain or the coldest accident of all time.
Wow, I didn't think he was going to get the KO off of that one, and all of a sudden I just see Rygunduz falling. Man, that gives Elsom some room to get himself back in this game.
All right. Trying to get something going here. Elsom is still down, but really not getting any hits is Rygunduz. So it's still a good weapon toss into the big coverage, the giant hitbox of the gravity cancel down signature. Here we go. Oh, good dodge. Because that's so active. Like, if you do it a little too early, that still catches you. The neutral light. Wow, the neutral light from the Katars. Sair, double Sair is going to do it for Rygunduz on the second stock of Elsom and the lead for the Blue Samurai.
I love Elsom going into the air to try to contest Rygunduz. Just getting bonked on the head with a spear toss. Okay, all right.
That could have been danger.
That would have been really tough to find a KO on, but it would have given Rygunduz definitely some confidence if he got Elsom into an almost near stock loss situation.
I mean, you still already got to be confident with this lead you're holding. I mean, well, if you're doing stuff like that and getting punished that badly, I don't know. I don't know if you stay confident. Nice turnaround. I feel like that was a Sair opportunity. I get the dunk, but the Sair was like the cleanest, for sure hit.
Elsom, you see the attempt for the D-line there. Side air, yo, he's going to hit that one. I guess Rygunduz couldn't fade off of the wall in time. Maybe didn't have the reaction time to be able to move away from that one or throw anything upwards to give himself some safety.
Yeah, really didn't have the options in place. Here we go. You have no weapon. You are allowing a comeback to happen. Rygunduz really had a chance to close that game. That Sair is going to come back to haunt it, on that sword on that right side. If this turns into a loss, I'm going to have to see that replay, and we're going to know why this was even possible for Elsom. Elsom's playing really, really well on these Katars right now. The gravity cancel touched, but wasn't allowing him, didn't hit close enough to allow him to get a combo off of it. No!
Oh, the double D-line into the recovery. That's a big opening.
Rygunduz, this ain't what you want. Tries the sink. What are you doing, me boy?
Elsom retreating under the stage. Doesn't have enough to get back. Rygunduz going up 2-1 in this best-of-5 set. That ground pound was a really smart punish because you're going to have more force on that to send your opponent down. You had the time to do it, to queue it up and actually get the punish that you needed. So that was a really smart punish. Beautiful ground pound. I don't know. Look, I'm gonna make a bold statement here. If that was a down air instead of a ground pound, I'm gonna say Elsom could have got back.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm with you on that. I 1,000% agree.
I think Toast disagrees because Toast is just slamming stuff around in the background here. He seems to not be happy at what is going on in Australia right now. He is a big Elsom fan, and he sees the run Rygunduz has, and I don't know, man. If I'm Toast right now, I might be tasting defeat.
You might be tasting defeat. Elsom, I mean, in all actuality, Elsom really had a chance to take that game, and I mean, that was a big-time bag fumble. Just to throw that signature out on the side like that, it's one of those, yeah, it could have possibly hit, but I'm going to give you a 20% chance that was the right choice.
Let's see Rygunduz spear in hand now. Elsom kind of going back. I don't know if I'm assuming this is the exact color scheme that we saw before because it's kind of that mint greenish, maybe that like light lime green on those guitars. And I remember seeing that on the sword, though. I don't know if this could be a different color scheme, because I don't remember the uniform that Elsom is wearing being quite so dark.
I mean, no, he had the black joint on,
okay.
But I don't know.
Thinking this might be a classic charged OG situation coming out from Elsom, and he looks like an OG here against Rygunduz, showing him he needs to respect his elders.
Ooh, there goes, that was the bounce pass to yourself, the alley-oop. That's the one you were talking about. Bounced off the ground with the down air, right into the Sair, talking about some hoops.
And he's finding his own points here. He knows he doesn't have a team. He's basically LeBron when he was playing for Cleveland.
Hey, yo!
He doesn't have Anderson Varejao to flop all over the court here and call some penalties.
Hey, I'm going to say one thing, man. Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Come on now.
I don't even know what that means. I went too deep. I gave you too much confidence that I knew what I was talking about. I don't.
You were doing really, really well. You were doing just about as well as Elsom before getting hit with that recovery. Elsom is in a pretty good state here. We've got the honey gold mustard sitting on Rygundus' health bar. And the spear versus the sword has been a good matchup for Rygundus. Going back at it was racking up a little bit, but seems like Elsom's finding ways out of these situations that Rygundus has been creating.
We now see Rygundus moving into that spicy brown mustard territory. One of my favorites as we get into this orange ground pound. Ends up making contact with the stage. Rygundus got out of it pretty quickly, so I think that was more of a bait. D-Light side air on stage. Elsom in the power position here. Side air, that is going to be the end of that stock. Elsom in a really good spot. I don't know if there's white mustard out there. It sounds interesting if it exists, but that's where Rygunduz is now.
White mustard, I think they call that bland mustard, which is mayonnaise.
That's true. Look, I'm gonna look up white mustard right now because I care about this.
I'm telling you right now, Kraft mayo is popping up. I'm telling you right now. Here we go. Rygunduz trying to get rid of this stock before eating too much damage. Almost took Elsom off the top, but Elsom said, right back at you, my boy. And this is looking like 2-2 unless Rygunduz can get something immaculate to happen.
Sword's going to come in. He picks that one up. Elsom isn't the weapon disadvantage, but he grabs the one on the soft platform pretty quickly. Sword v sword. Okay. Second swipe of that side air making contact. The down air making contact. The side air making contact. Can he finish this one up? Rygunduz looking for the big play. He might get juggled off the top.
Nice gravity cancel. Okay. This is for the set. You don't want to allow it to get tied up. If Rygunduz can keep from getting hit by something big. Elsom gave him some quick damage. It wasn't much, but it was a little some. Peppered up that white tee just a little bit. Nice.
Okay, next weapon pickup for Elsom is going to be the sword, which means he's going to look for a raw recovery, a D-Light into a recovery, D-Light into the side air. Oh, Rygunduz is chasing him into the air so much.
No!
D-Light recovery. We have a Game 5 situation coming up.
Rygunduz was doing so good. You heard me yell, oh no, because, man, I really love me a clutch. And that would have been so cool if he was able to bring that back. But Elsom staying alive and bringing us to Game 5.
And we're seeing some good damage numbers coming out here. Elsom, the victor of last match, 589 damage dealt. We love to see that. Under 200, big fan of that. Those are healthy numbers. Those are efficient numbers, especially when you're coming out on top.
Yep, definitely. PR5 versus PR6 showing us how close in skill they really are. Taking us here to the final one. One of these bad boys are going to make it into grand finals to see what Asmodee is talking about. But the other one is going to have to sit and watch with a third place finish.
Elsom was able to grab first two weapons, but wasn't able to do too much. That soft platform there gave Rygunduz a little bit of a respite area while that next weapon spawn came in. He grabbed the third one, sword in hand. Oh, almost picked up that D-Light. That would have led to an edge guard situation. Could have been just a D-Light dare. Maybe would have gone for the D-Light side air to set up that edge guard situation. Now spear in hand for Rygunduz. Elsom's win condition is getting on top of Rygunduz, and if you're grounded, Rygunduz has virtually nothing. If he's in the air, he has the spear neutral air, which seems like he started to use more given the fact that Elsom is on top of him rather than like in front of him with a side air or anything like that.
Yo, that was so nice. A lot of damage, but didn't leave an opportune moment to go for a KO. But you're in KO position now. You've got to be able to get the pickup, but we're going to see if Elsom's suffering for what you were talking about earlier. I guess it's not, because you were talking about how earlier that 662 damage game where Elsom couldn't finish the stocks off. That was not the problem there when the recovery from the sword lands. Boom. All right, spear. This is what Rygundus has been wanting this whole time. All right, so the win condition, like you said, that sounds good. But the other one is, don't let Rygundus get started, because when Rygundus gets started, it's game time. Oh my gosh, Elsom's guitars are cooking right now.
They're really good. He's finding his way in. He's making like Rygundus push onto him, which, oh man, Rygundus finding the stock there. That's why you can't let him have that spear. If the numbers last game are any indication, he did 67 damage. That is 6 followed by a 7.
That's the stock for Rygundus.
Oh my gosh.
What? Elsom hovered in place on just covering that wall. Gravity cancel neutralite, as I like to call the Hoover vacuum, because you're getting sucked into that bad boy.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That was so good, the coverage. All right, now, this is tough. This is tough. You were sitting pretty. You had the lead. You honestly had a chance to win last game, and Elsom brings that bad boy back, and now you have to climb out of the trenches here, man. This is tough.
There's a 3-piece. Looks like they're trading back blow for blow a little bit, but Elsom heavily in the lead. Tried to get the double neutralite, expecting a dodge down or a fast fall out of that. Okay, nice little 4-piece there. We'll see if Rygundus dodges the same out of the next neutralite that Elsom hits. Last time it was a spot dodge in the air. We'll see if Elsom tries to read that out again, or if he tries to get a little bit more maybe information before deciding the way he wants to move in.
Ooh.
That was close to getting hit by that down air.
Very, very close. I thought that pogo was going to be a go-go. No, I thought he had the downlight ready in the bag. He's eating a lot of damage on the stock. Gets the second stock off of Elsom, and here we are. Do or die for both players. The spear is ready to rock, going up against the sword. I've been saying generally the spear was looking good against the sword for Rygundus, but Elsom figured something out. Elsom figured something out, my boy. It's over with. Elsom's going to grand finals.
And that one, look at the damage. 502 was all it took from Elsom, and largely that comes from that second stock that he took out so early there. Didn't have to find the D-Light recovery, didn't have to position himself properly on the stage or anything like that. He just had that pressure, caught Rygunduz out early enough, and that was the stock. Look at that graph. Look how thin that middle stock is from Rygunduz, the one colored in blue. That is a very short amount of the game compared to the first stock and the third stock.
Yeah, the game was looking